Well, I am an admirer of Elisa's. Elisa has even worked for me, and the fact is that she is talented.
What's it called? Kermit and Friends?
Kermit and Friends.
Kermit. But if
Kermit.
You're saying
like
not to
frog?
do...
Yeah,
wait.
I actually have watched a few hours of the Kermit and Friends.
How many hours have you watched, Natalie?
Oh, no. Probably indulged in 8 hours.
Holy...
My wife and I watched Benji's ex-girlfriends or whatever's going on. We watched this crazy podcast, and I have to say, this is one of the, probably in the top 5 things I think about right now.
She has a podcast, but she gets to come on the radio. It is craziness upon craziness.
Everybody, welcome to Kermit and Friends. I am Elisa. This is Fozzie, and Kermit is watching from heaven. It's the holiday season, everybody. Christmas is coming. There's a lot going on. I have a party every night. Anyone else? Anyone else have a party every single night? I went to a party of a giraffe I met once this year. I went to my office party. I made a mistake there. I ate everyone's leftovers. So everyone left their steak and their macaroni and cheese and their sides. They left it on the table. And I thought, what a waste, So I went over to the individual leftovers and I ate about 15 people's leftovers at that party. Okay. And it's true what Google says. In 10 to 12 days, you will start developing COVID symptoms. This is true. I just couldn't waste a prime rib. I just feel like that's something that you do not do. I used to love going to parties. I would sneak in parties that I wasn't even invited to. I would wait on a line. I would buy a ticket that costs money to get into a party. Now, I think I'm getting invited to more parties than ever because people know I don't want to go. They just know when you don't want to. So then they invite you. Last night, I was at a party in my building, and I saw this guy, and I knew that we shared the same cleaning lady. Because she's always like, tall black man, very special, very special. And I'm like, what the hell does that mean? How is he special? Well, anyway, I told him that she said this. And you know what he said to me? He goes, the cleaning lady said that I'm messy. Messy, the cleaning lady. So the whole point of this operation of having a cleaning lady is I get to be as messy as humanly possible. And that's when she comes over. That's the deal. I mean, what kind of performance is this guy putting on for her? Like cunnilingus then clean? I just don't get it. How dare she charge me $125 and then have the nerve to call me messy to the big, tall, handsome black guy in the penthouse? That is just wrong. Don't talk about how messy I am ever. Okay. I mean, when you have a cleaning lady, the whole point is that you get to be messy. What do you think about that, co-host?
Yeah. I mean, to complain about that, it seems a little bit odd to me. Yeah. That's her whole job.
That's her whole job.
Can we get back to the eating 15 people's leftovers?
Yeah.
What were you thinking?
I wasn't thinking about COVID. I'll tell you that much. I was looking at the table and I was calculating, how much the dinner cost, the
It's so
prime
wasteful.
rib. It was so wasteful. And there was these little brown boxes. People put the food in there, but they just did not eat the food. So I was thinking, I cannot let this go to waste. And of course, Andy was with me. I said, Andy, should I eat those people's leftovers?
Oh.
And he said, he actually said yes. Kermit and Friends, how can I help you?
Hello, I am the cleaning lady, and your friend, he is huge slug, okay?
Wait, I'm a huge slob, or wait, who are you talking about right now?
Joe Black man, he is the huge slug.
Oh, he's a slob now? You said he's very special.
You clean the room before I get there.
No.
You understand? I'm busy. I don't have time.
That is not the way it works. The whole point of a cleaning lady is it's supposed to be messy as possible. You let it go as long as you possibly can, and then we invite.
I want to do it. I don't want to. You understand?
So you want it to be perfect?
He must clean himself.
Oh, he's cleaning himself. Yeah, I don't like that whole thing. I remember my mom used to do that. My mom used to clean before they arrived. I don't think that's a good philosophy.
Your mama is a nice woman. That's what we do.
Okay. All right. So you're saying I should clean, even though I don't like cleaning. I'm not good at it, but I should do it completely. I mean, what's the point of you even coming here? It's $125.
Walk into your messy house and start cleaning up your mess. You make the mess. You clean it up. I come over. Maybe I move a vase. Maybe I wipe. Maybe I wipe out the seat. But you have to have the house clean for me.
No, then what's the $125? So I don't understand what the $125 is for if you're not cleaning. Are you just coming here and just hanging out?
It's for me.
So don't you think it should be a little less? I mean, that's very expensive. If you're not going to do anything, and if you're going to talk about me.
Much more.
It should be much more? That's what I thought you thought.
Please do much more. Everybody is big slob. I do not want to clean up after your poopy. You have to clean yourself. And then you give me the money. Comprende? That's how it works.
I knew you were thinking this the whole time. I knew it. And I really don't appreciate you telling people about me in the building and how messy I am. That's embarrassing. I could have dated that guy.
Messy girl. Everybody should know that you are a big mess. Very pretty, but very, very messy.
Well, can you tell them that I'm pretty? He didn't mention you said that.
How are you going to find a good man if you don't know how to clean?
I mean, I was hoping you'd introduce me to somebody.
I have good man for you.
Okay.
He very rich.
Did you tell him I was messy?
He very rich.
All right.
But you have to clean. You have to clean everything. You have to wipe his butt. You have to clean.
I do not like that. I don't think that is a good idea whatsoever. No.
You are a woman must clean.
No, that's why. So why do you have a job? If I'm supposed to clean, if I'm supposed to do everything, I mean, what is the point?
I want $125.
I would like that too. I'd like to charge you.
Well, you should be cleaning lady. You tell everybody they clean first and then they give you $125. It's great.
Yeah. Next time you go to that guy's apartment, can you just tell him that I'm not messy, that the whole thing was a lie? Just tell him that you were making it up.
Do you have $125 for me?
Yeah. Next Friday.
Okay. We have deal. And I introduce you to big, strong, rich man. But you must clean.
All right. I'll clean. I promise. Thank you for calling in. I'll see you next Friday.
Goodbye.
All right, bye. All right, so she's not as bad as I thought. Okay, so she's fine. Yeah, I didn't like her. I didn't like her telling everybody about me.
Yeah, it's a little rude.
Yeah, it's very rude, but hopefully she'll introduce me to someone. So we have a great guest today. Weezy, are you single?
I am single, yes.
You're single. Okay, do you want to be single? Or do
yes,
you want,
it's my favorite thing ever, yeah.
You want to be single?
Yeah,
really?
I do. But I know
sure?
many people in our community that do not want to be single.
Yeah. I'm realizing with all these Christmas parties, like I'm the only one that doesn't have a date.
Well, Andy's your date, right?
No, I can't rely on him. Like last night, he was supposed to be my date. And then tonight, he's supposed to be my date. And then tomorrow, he's supposed to be my date. In fact, I moved the show to Saturday because we were supposed to go on the Adam Carolla show tomorrow. But now Lucas is back. So now he's probably going on the Adam Carolla show.
No.
I know.
I
It's
was
really
very
bad.
excited for you to go on Adam Carolla. I hope it
I
still
know.
happens.
I don't think it's happening because
Ugh.
I was on FaceTime with Andy and I heard Lucas's voice and I said, wow, if
Oh
anybody,
no.
yeah, it's bad. It's okay, Wheezy. But anyway, I don't have a date now because Lucas is back in town and I have to go to these parties and it's very embarrassing when everybody else has a date. You don't mind that?
No, but I don't go to a lot of Christmas parties. I don't drink, and so I find parties hard to stick around for a long time. So I'm usually like in, and then I find like a really sneaky way out, and then I'm good.
Really? I was actually just reading an article about that. They called it the Irish goodbye.
Yeah, and I'm Irish. It's perfect, and it just came naturally to me. I've been doing it forever. So,
oh wow! Wait, so
yeah.
what is the Irish goodbye? Is it just leaving without saying anything?
Yeah, you kind of have to be sneaky about it. Like, you just, like. You don't like lie or anything. You're like, oh,
Yeah.
okay, I'll see you in a little while, and then you're gone, and then
Yeah.
you're not lying to them because you will see them, but
Yeah, you'll see them again, just not
it's
there.
effective. Yeah, just not there.
Yeah, I might utilize that. So you're not going to any Christmas parties? Did you get invited to any Christmas parties?
I did get invited to one Christmas party. I think I might go. I'm going to a New Year's party, and I'm going to play music there, and so that's what I'm really focusing on.
Oh my
So
gosh!
I'll go to a Christmas party.
Where's the New Year's party? Is it like at a club or at somebody's house?
Yeah, it's at like a little bar.
Oh, that does sound fun. Oh
It'll
my
be
gosh,
fun.
I love that you're doing that. That actually does sound fun. Like if I'm performing, I don't really have to hang out with anyone. Like,
Exactly.
That's perfect. That's
I know. I
absolutely
have
perfect.
something to do the entire time, and so I'm not going to be like,
Yeah,
I love
it gets
that.
very awkward. Like at these parties, if you're single, I'm going to be talking to Julia Bendis about this. Julia Bendis is a matchmaker, a third generation matchmaker. Wendy, she could set us up with people. Wendy, what about you? Are you single? Are you dating?
Yes, I'm single. Everybody's fighting over me right now.
Everybody's fighting over you right now?
Yes, Yep.
Wow. How did that happen? Like a lot of men, a lot of good men?
Yep, a lot of good men. Yeah, they asked me if I was single. Yeah, so I have a bunch of people fighting over me.
Are you really good at cleaning?
No, not quite, but I'm trying my best.
Wonderful. And how are you going to choose the right man?
By if they have a wallet full of money.
You know what, Wendy, that's actually
an
excellent idea.
Help support me.
Yeah, I mean, that would be great. I'd love to quit my job right now. How much money would this guy have to fully support you, to give you the life that you've always dreamed of?
Like Howard makes billions of money.
Oh, you think Howard would be a good match for you, Howard Stern?
Yep.
Really? So do you have a crush on Howard Stern?
Yes, I do.
Do you find him attractive physically?
Yes, I find Howard Stern attractive. He's attractive. He's sassy. He's a good-looking dude. He's nice, like you, but sometimes he has his bad days, like you. Like everybody has their bad days.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Yeah, he's not perfect, but that's okay. We don't need somebody perfect.
I'm surprised you're on a little early. I'm surprised.
Well, the reason why I'm on so early, Wendy, is because this guy that I think we're breaking up, this guy Andy Dick, he messed with me. He told me we were going on the Adam Carolla show tomorrow, but now he has a boyfriend. It's a very confusing situation. But he should be here today at some point. So did you ever tell Howard Stern how you felt about him?
Yes, I did.
You did? You said you had a crush on him?
Yep.
And what did he say?
He said that was nice. He asked me what I wanted to do with him, and I told him that I wanted to take him out to a movie.
Oh, a movie? That would be fun. I imagine he'd be a good movie date. And then what about after the movie? Would you be willing to, go to bed with Howard after the movie?
Yep.
All right. Well, hopefully he hears about this.
Rosie.
Oh,
meet everybody. Here's Rosie.
Rosie's so cute. Okay, so Wendy, I'm about to bring on our big guest. I hope you stick around because she's an amazing matchmaker and person.
Sure, no problem.
Okay, great. So she's a matchmaker. She's an intimacy coach. She's a dating coach. She has a website called matchbyjulia.com. So since me personally, I'm never being intimate again due to extreme causes, I'm going to help others like Wendy and other people here, Sharmon, and the Kermitarian universe here. So fans of Kermit and Friends, cast members, other people, I'm out. I'm done with dating. It's too disgusting for me. It's too unnatural. But either way, let's welcome our guest, Julia Bendis.
Hi. Thank you so much.
You're welcome. I'm so thrilled to have you here. Third generation matchmaker. You've been on the radio. You've done so many shows. You talk about this all the time.
Sure.
Do you love being a matchmaker?
Well, so I just realized I look like a poodle because I just cut all my hair off. So this is new to me. I'm like, oh, okay.
You look beautiful. I love your jacket. What an outfit.
Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. So, I've been doing this, like you said, I've been doing this for a very long time. So I love matchmaking when people are open, when they listen to me, and when they actually follow my advice. Otherwise, it's incredibly stressful. I have clients who say they're going to listen to me. They say that they're going to follow my advice, and then they do the complete opposite. Yeah. So, it's rewarding when things align the way they should. It's rewarding and it's amazing when people actually form a bond in a relationship. Yeah. So that I love. And waking up in the morning to those texts like, oh my God, Julia, that was the best date of my life. That is, I mean, it's better than sex, better than chocolate, whatever.
Yeah. I agree. I can imagine like you're changing people's lives with your work. So you get paid to do something that's very godlike.
Well, it's funny you say that because in the Jewish tradition, this is one of the mitzvahs, which I never knew really about, but it was such a cultural thing because my grandma did it, my mom did it, and they just did it for fun. They did it for neighbors. They did it for friends. They did it as just, something that Russian Jewish women do. It's just our culture. We cook and we set people up and we meddle into your sex life. That's all we care about. I mean, I've already been asking you all kinds of questions.
Yeah, you have. I'm a tough one. I think there's easier people to set up than me. I would be very difficult. I'm very odd. And I was actually looking at your website, like when you sign up so it's is it Matchmaking by Julia? What is your website?
It's Match by Julia.
Okay, so Match by Julia.
Yeah.
So matchbyjulia.com. If you go to that website there, you could sign up and then you start looking for people. So how do you do that? If I signed up there on your website, like how do you even start? So, because I used to work for Patty Stanger. Okay.
Right.
And I would just hit the streets. I hit the streets. I would go up to any guy. I'd say, hey, you single? It was so horrible. Like, what is your process?
Well, and, Patty Stanger, that's a whole other conversation because I did get to work with her a little bit. And, that's not going to happen again. Let's just.
Yeah, she's horrible to work with. Why do you think that is? Why do you think some people are so difficult to work with? She's so successful. I would say she's the top person in this field.
Well, not anymore. And she's really the top to people that can afford her services, right? I mean, who can really afford her fees?
Right.
So the show is done. Nobody's just getting set up for free. I think the problem is people like her, deep down, she's a very angry person. Deep down, there's a lot of hurt. There's a lot of anger. There's a lot of issues that have never been worked on, that have never been worked out. So, and I have a lot of clients that come to me, speaking of the whole process, there's a huge reason why I have an intake form. Everybody has to fill it out. We do a consultation, we sit down, we talk about everything. And I see if I can help them, right? Because someone like Patty Stanger, I can't help. Nobody can help people like that.
So are there people that are, because I think I might be in this category too. Are there people that are completely hopeless? You would not take her on as a client. That's what you're telling me.
Right. And I have tried because, she has asked a lot of matchmakers to to help her, to set her up. So we've all tried. No, you're not hopeless. Stop saying that. You are not. I want to set you up, and you deserve the best, and you deserve an amazing relationship. I'm very confused about all the things that are going on, and you know, we've talked about that a little bit. But yeah, no, there's some people. It's not that they're hopeless; it's that they refuse to do the work, and they refuse to be to listen to the advice and to change their ways and to look for someone that is right for them versus what they think they want, right? So it's not, nobody's hopeless, but if they're open to critique, if they're open to coaching, I will not work with anyone who's not open to some education, doing some education first.
So the work is being educated and like study, like what are you studying? Are you studying dating? Are you studying the other person?
We're not studying. I mean, it's coaching. It's coaching someone about, I mean, every client that comes to me, we work on whatever issues that, you know, or roadblocks. So it's, you have to do that first, right? You have to listen to me, because clearly over 20 years of doing this, I'm still here and I'm doing it, and I have people that are together and married. There's a reason why you come to a professional. So if you're going to listen to me, perfect, we'll work together. If you're not, don't come to a matchmaker. It's that simple. You know, it's like you come to a painter and then you stand there and every 5 minutes, oh, you didn't do this right, redo it. Oh, that's not what I want. That's not, you come to a professional, let them do their job. Part of that job is giving you critique and giving you advice and guiding you, and you have to take it.
Okay, so the critique, what would that be? Because you're not there on the dates. Would the critique be based on what the guy says about me?
It's everything. So first, it's when it's like this, we talk. Usually it's in person. You know, with COVID, it became virtual. And I can tell within 5 minutes if someone's lying to me. I read people very well. I know when they're telling me one thing, but they truly mean something else. I tell them to just stop the BS and let's start over. That's not what you want. You're telling me what I think, what you want me to hear, you know, start being honest. Then I can tell, I have a client right now who is one of my, I absolutely love him, but I don't think he's ready to date. He's still in the process of a divorce. He is emotionally hurt. I'm watching as he's describing to me almost in tears that he didn't want the divorce. He didn't want the family to fall apart. And I'm like, you know what? I'm sorry. I don't think you're ready to date. Come back to me in a month, a couple months, go on a trip, go do something for yourself. And he did.
Yeah.
You have to do that work. So sometimes they're not ready. Sometimes they're fighting me on everything, right? It's like, don't talk about this. Don't do this. Don't comment on that. No negativity. Stop bringing up your stupid ex. And when there's a lot of negativity, it shows, right? It shows with the way you're saying things, with the way you're talking. So we right away started adjusting things like, whoa, stop talking about your ex. If every sentence starts with, well, if they can be like my ex and do this, this is who I want. This is my type. This is my, I'm like, no, that's not how it works. So it's everything, you know, and it's the feedback after the date. So when they go out, they have to fill out a form and they give me a whole feedback on everything that happened, what went wrong, what didn't go wrong, what went right, the conversation, what they talked about, and then we discuss it. So she does it, he does it, and it helps both of us.
Yeah. I don't think I could take negative feedback after a date. It'd be so, I mean, you kind of want to know. There's some guys, I want to text them. I want to say, how come you didn't like me? Like, what did I, but it's scary. That actual answer could be horrible. Like, it could be bad.
Yes and no, because it's, if you look at it as an opportunity to learn, right, and to learn from it, and to kind of see what you're putting out there, then it's not negative. Plus, I'm not going to tell you if he says, oh, you know, she smells so bad, I just couldn't take it. That doesn't.
You would not tell me. What if the guy says, oh, she's too old, or she's not pretty enough? Would you tell someone that?
No, that's just mean. That's just
yeah. That's what guys are, though. They're like really superficial, don't you think?
Well, yes, especially in LA, right? And especially in Southern California. And that is where my business becomes difficult, is because the type of people that come to me.
It's the worst people of all time.
Right.
It must be.
In the Midwest, and I network with hundreds of matchmakers throughout the world. In the Midwest and the East Coast and other parts of the country and the world, people are not so shallow. So it's not as difficult. But when people come to me, they give me a criteria that I try to stay within. So if they tell me, I really don't want to date anyone over the age of whatever or whatever, I'm not going to bring them. I'm obviously going to bring them someone who I think it fits that criteria, who is good for them. Sometimes they're a little bit older.
Because those guys, they don't know who's good for them. They don't. They're so dumb. I mean, I hate to say it. I'm not a man hater, but they're so dumb. They just want to date like a hot 19-year-old. Come on, Julia.
Yeah, most men do. But you know what? It goes both ways. I mean, women can be very frustrating too, because my biggest pet peeve with my female clients is when they tell me I will not date anyone without a college education. Well, that's just stupid, because
really?
Yes, because do you know how many people that don't have a college education, but they have more common sense than anyone I know? If you have life experience, to me, that's more important than college degree.
Yeah, the only reason why I do know that is because I am in sales and hardly anybody has an education. But so yes, I could see why you're saying that.
Right.
Okay, so is that a lot to ask though? Is that hard to find someone that went to college to date?
No. Okay. Of course, but I don't think that should be your number one criteria. College.
I was thinking you were going to say like a millionaire. That's not a criteria that you hear often?
See, not for women, because most women, especially in Southern California, they're independent, they have their own careers, they have their own money, they own their own homes. Most of them don't care about that, as long as the man can pay for a date, can take care of himself, and she's not going to end up, taking care of him like a child. So it's not so much about the money. It's about, they do want an equal, but it means different things to different people, right? So you can't have it all in one person. You can't have, a perfect husband, a perfect lover, the most amazing father, the most, amazing communicator, provider.
Yeah.
At some point, you got to pick what you can live with and what you can't.
Yes.
Right?
Yes. So would you say to not go for like something very grandiose, to go for like the minimum, just a guy that breathes and is kind of nice?
Well, not the minimum, because the bar can be set very low when you say that. So of course you got to have standards, right? You got to have certain things that you want in a partner. If you want somebody who's emotionally stable, who can communicate, who's a great communicator, who is got his life put together, and if those are the most important things to you, then that's your standards, and those are the things you need. But you can't have it all. That's all I'm saying.
No, you definitely can't. You definitely can't have it all. It's impossible. Right. I think we just what I always think is like, okay, I want somebody really, really perfect for me, right? I always think that and I'll know when it comes. And it's so hard to do that work. It's so tasking. And it just feels like something above what I'm capable of doing right now. So what do you say to people like that? Like people that are at their wits' end, people that have no energy for it. I don't want to be alone at these Christmas parties, but I don't have the energy to really work on this. Like, what would you say to someone like me?
Right. Well, and I heard you talking about that. And that is pretty much every single person out there who's single. So
really?
it's not just you. Nobody wants to do the work. Nobody wants to do online dating. Nobody wants to be searching, screening, weeding out the wrong people, which is a huge reason they come to me, because I do that for you. So we even get online, and I have women and men sometimes doing online dating, and I take over their online dating profile, and I pretty much, do it for them. So it's very hard. It's exhausting. I think online dating is a great tool, and I'm glad it was invented, but you need time. I mean, I tell people, you can't expect to just put all your stuff together and then poof, he's just going to fall into your lap. A lot of people say, oh, God will provide. Will he? That doesn't happen. You have to do some work, right? So whether it's online dating, going to a matchmaker, getting out there, joining groups, volunteering, going out there, even sitting at the bar by yourself, which is what I
really.
Oh,
wow. That's so scary, though, to sit at a bar by yourself. That sounds scary.
It's better than sitting by yourself at a table. You're at the bar, you watch whatever is on TV. You don't have to be, on your phone. Men will not approach women who are together. 2 or more women
in a group.
especially
Yeah, that's
They'll
right.
never approach. It's very
Yeah.
intimidating. But you sitting there, you're gorgeous, sitting there at the bar. Are you kidding? It may not be the right men, but then
Yeah.
again, we'll weed them out, right? We'll weed out the wrong people.
Yeah, it's typically like the married men that approach me at bars, but that's a whole other story.
Really? Oh,
Yeah, unfortunately, yes.
I'm not surprised.
So okay, so I have a person here who's a very powerful woman. She actually ran for president. I'd like for her to share with you the troubles that she's had. It's crazy that someone beautiful, successful, who ran for president, that has books. I mean, she has had such a hard time. I want you to just listen to her story. This is Sharmon Smith. Sharmon, meet Julia.
Hi, Julia. It's nice to meet you.
Nice to meet you.
I was really excited to hear you talk about how quickly you identify somebody who's lying. One of the challenges that I have found personally is that I tend to attract men who pretend to be nice to get close to me, tell me what I want to hear, and then as I get to know them, I realize they're not somebody I want to be around. They make me feel unsafe. And honesty is my number one most important issue. Money's not that big of an issue to me. I really don't like men who flaunt their money. I don't like financial abuse or the way people try to use money to control each other. It is a turn off for me personally. Honesty is my number one issue. And it seems to be what I need the most help with. How do you do it?
Believe me, it's a daily conversation. You are not the only one. I just talked to a client yesterday. Today's Saturday. Yes, yesterday. It's the same thing. She thought she had something amazing going with this man. She's in her early 50s, and all of a sudden, he's gone. He's disappeared. His social media is gone. She doesn't know if she's blocked or deleted it. And she literally crying on the phone, going, "Why? What happened? What did I do? What do you think?" And, my first response is, he's a jackass. Just be done. Move on, forget it. Be thankful that you dodged that bullet. Mm-hmm. But like you said, it's hurtful. It's hard to understand. And there's no one answer for why people lie, why people do these things. There's so many different answers. The bottom line is clearly they're not interested enough. If a person is interested, man or woman, they will go out of their way to make you feel wanted and loved and appreciated. And they would never just disappear. They would never delete their social media without calling you first and saying, "Hey, I'm sick of social media. I'm deleting it, but here's my number."
Right. Correct.
Sorry. So
that's my train of thought. My point is that you're not alone.
Thank you.
This is what most women over a certain age deal with. I would say any woman, really. Mm-hmm. I have clients as young as 25 all the way up to their 80s, although my 84-year-old client, we won't mention his name, keeps forgetting how old he is. I'm like, at that point, it just doesn't matter. But but it happens in every age. These 70-year-olds are doing this, and people lie. This is the bottom line. People will disappoint. People lie. Mm-hmm. Your goal is to weed those people out in the beginning or as soon as possible. Just weed them out.
But women, Julia, I think women have a hard time weeding people out because there's so few to choose from that if just anybody's talking to us, we kind of like latch on to that person.
Yes. Yeah. And believe me, I've done it too. And I do it with friends, and it's really hard in every aspect of a relationship, right? It's hard to trust people. My son's 22 years old, and I had the same conversation with him. It's on every age level. So it's not that there's a lack of people. 100%. That's a huge misconception. Everybody is online. Every Dick, Joe, and whatever, they're out there from 20 years of age or 18 years of age all the way up to the 90s. People are out there and they're dating. They're lying about their age. They're lying about everything because when I do online dating with my clients, I can tell, I'm a successful 60-year-old. No, you're not. You're 85. Like
wow.
Why are you lying about this?
So you're like a living lie detector. One of the things that I have become aware of in the last year or so is that really the only guys that approach me are the ones that are lying to get close to me. And they'll tell me almost anything. it's really sad. And what I have come to notice is that the really good guys don't ever approach girls. They seem to wait. And so do you advise or give women instructions on how to pick the good ones and approach them in ways that won't scare them off? You know, you never ever want to come off too strong, but you still want to, you know, engage the conversation, get it moving in the right direction, especially if you see somebody you like. Just sitting around waiting for them to come talk to you doesn't seem to work.
Wow, I feel it so deeply, everything you're saying, because I feel like I'm dating with every single person. And you know, I have been in a relationship for 23, almost 24 years, but I got married young, you know, way too young. And the big test is going to be in a little over a year when our youngest leaves the house, whether we're still compatible or not, you know. But and I got lucky because he was one of those people. And I think what I've learned over the years of doing this, and what my grandmother's advice in the back of my mind, it's always there. You know, she has passed on, but she had some strange advice about men, but she had a lot of good wisdom too. And one of the things she used to always say to me, and you know, she was Russian, so a lot of it is like Russian folklore, wives' tales, whatever, but it makes sense. There's some truth in it, right?
Yes, there is.
And
There's
she said,
truth.
look for the quietest one in the room. Look for the one who's in the corner, mind his own business. The loudest man is the worst man. The one that is the most aggressive, the most approachable, the most, you know, he is the life of the party. Stay away from that man. 100% every single time. 100%.
More grandma advice, please.
Yeah, I mean,
wow. You know, I would say that myself and Sharmon and all the women, we always go to the star in the room, to the person that stands out. So you're saying to stay away from that guy?
No, because think about it. Think about it. He wants attention. Why is he the loudest? Why is he the most colorful person in the room? Why does he need so much attention? Because he needs attention. Do you want a child or do you want a man? Do you know what I mean? And children want attention. Children need constant attention. Clearly, there's a reason why they're acting this way, right? Clearly, why they have to be the loudest. For example, and I have to tell you this, I have the hardest time going to dinner with friends, with my husband, with whoever, is because I'm so observant that it gets to a point. It's almost like, you know, those intuitive psychic people where they hear people talking to them all the time and they have to turn it off. For me, I'm so visual and I observe constantly, couples especially, that it gets to a point where my husband's like, I can't do this anymore. Can you pay attention to me? I'm like, no, there's a couple fighting over there. He's like, how the hell do you know they're fighting? I'm like, I can tell. I can see their body language and what's going on. And you can tell when you're out there. My point is that being in public, and watch and observe next time, right? The men that are talking the loudest in a crowded place, to the point that you can hear them a table over, 2 tables over, across the restaurant, right? Or the bar. Why? Why do you need so much attention? Why can't you just talk to the person you're in? It's not enough for you. You need the whole restaurant to listen to you because you're craving attention. Why would anyone want to be with someone like that? He has to work on his issues.
So do you think, oh, this is so fascinating. I never thought of it this way. Do you think that someone that needs a lot of attention has tremendous issues?
Yes, 100%. Listen, I need attention. As my kids, as my family, I need attention. But I'm not gonna, when I'm trying to truly get to know someone, a client, a friend, whoever it is, I'm gonna pay attention to them. I'm gonna sit there and I'm gonna make them feel like I am the center of their universe, right? When I'm not trying to get to know someone, I'm just doing my own thing, I can do whatever I want and I can be, you know, out there partying and dancing, whatever it is. I'm not saying I do. But when you're trying to get to know someone, when you're on a date, when you're meeting someone for the first time, getting to know them, your attention should be on them. Your eyes should be on them all the time. If you're so loud and obnoxious and you're all over the place and trying to meet people and get to know everybody, something is wrong. No adult needs that much attention.
Wait, so all those people Julia, this is a big revelation for me.
Sorry, it's a lot.
So you mean all those
Mhm.
guys that I've dated my whole life? So every single one of those. So I'm drawn to people like that, though. I'm really drawn to like
you. I'm not to interrupt you. I'm sorry.
No, go ahead. Go ahead.
Look for the man who's constantly interrupting too, which is another. I know I just interrupted you.
No, that's okay. I'm just shocked right now. I'm just really surprised at what you're saying. I just never thought of it this way, and no one's ever said this. And I've talked to like a lot of people about it. And these people that are so talented and they're loud and they're brilliant at what they do and they're comedians.
I can't stand those people. I cannot stand those people because deep down I know they're hurting. There's trauma, there's issues, there's stuff from their past, from their childhood. They never got attention from their mom, from their dad, whatever it is. There's a lot of things that I disagree with, a lot of Freudian theories, but there's some truth to that, right? And believe me, we're not perfect. I know I've been that person because I may not have gotten enough attention from my parents. I don't know.
Do you think that's what it is?
Yes. And if you are intelligent enough or intellectual enough to actually understand that about yourself and try not to do that, then that is a man who is worth investing your time into. But those men that you tell them, why are you running around trying to get attention from people? What are you doing? Just sit down, be quiet. And if they can't sit for more than 30 minutes and just be present, and they have to be the life of the party, it's not healthy. Something is not right, especially when they're trying to get to know someone or on a date. I'm watching people all the time and I can tell when they're on the first date and all he's doing is talking.
That's the worst. That's the worst.
Right? He's asking her a question, but he doesn't let her finish. Yes. And I'm not saying that women don't do this. Plenty of women do the same thing. But there's something innate to women where we might do it, and then all of a sudden we'll have that thought like, oh shit, I just interrupted. Oh, I'm being a bad host. I'm being a bad whatever. I need to stop. We correct ourselves.
Okay, so we're getting some comments though, Julia. Like my friend Elaine just said, we need the life of the party, but that's a mistake, Elaine.
Not when you're dating, not when you're trying to get to know them, not when you're trying to find the life partner.
Okay, so this is Wheezy, and he's saying he said something interesting earlier, which I think is
people perfectly healthy. Yeah, I think that you're right, but I also think that there's perfectly healthy people and perfectly healthy relationships that also seek attention, and they just have it in check. Do you know what I mean?
Exactly.
But how do you tell the difference though? Because so I think that is so I'm like half and half on this because. I mean, I'm trying to think of someone that I know that's a life of the party and that is, a known person, and they're actually all fucked up. I'm trying to think of one that's not, and I can't even. Nothing comes to mind.
And the issue is that it's hard to kind of you can't just generalize everybody, right? So some people may have more of an issue, other people may have less of an issue in that department, but overall. The people that are unhappy with themselves, the people that are craving, needing something, needing attention, needing to be wanted and liked.
That's me. That's me. So am I a bad catch? Because I'm like that. I'm realizing it more than ever in this conversation. I'm that bad catch. No.
But let me ask you this: when you're with your partner, right, or someone you're trying to date, someone you're romantically interested in. How do you behave? Are you just talking all night, or are you actually asking them questions about themselves, trying to learn about them, trying to get to know them? Your attention on them all night, or are you all over the place?
Well, okay, so when I was with Andy at my company Christmas party, I was so enamored by the way he was acting. He was so incredible, and he was just appreciating things. So I was concentrating on him more. But I am that type of person that needs a lot of attention. I am that type. So that's not a good type.
And so that's fine. No, here's what I'm saying. I know it's kind of all over the place, but if you're with someone, right, and you're with them that night, your gaze, your eyes, your everything should be with that person, especially when you're on a date and you're busy. Everybody is busy, but
Yes.
that night you're with them, your attention should be on them. It should not be all over the place to other people. How many clients I have had that after a date, they come to me, especially the women, and they say, Julia, he was talking to everybody but me at the bar.
That's
We
really
sat at the bar,
that's
first date, maybe even second date, they'll give them another chance, but they're talking to the server, they're talking to the bartender, they're talking to the table next to them. They can't just sit and have a conversation with their date and get to know them. That's what I'm talking about, right? Online dating, the same thing. The men that approach you, that's fine. There's nothing wrong with them. What she was saying, it's the men that approach me are the wrong ones. You just have to weed out those people right in the beginning. It's okay for them to approach you. It's what happens after. Yes.
Right.
There's so much to it. We can't even go into it in an hour, but there's a lot to talk about. And my point is, listen to your gut. Our gut, our intuition is never wrong.
Is that true? Is that true? Because my gut is like, quit my job immediately. So like that kind of gut thing.
Yeah.
Is that something you listen to?
Well, first of all, before you do that, I always say, write everything down, the pros and the cons. I'm huge on writing lists down, right? On paper, not computer. The pros of your job, the cons of your job.
Yeah.
What makes you happy? What doesn't make you happy?
Yeah.
But at the end of the day, do you need money? Do you need a steady income? Then stay with the job. Or maybe it's time to look for a different job that will bring you a little bit more happiness, but at the same stability. Your job is never going to make you 100% happy. And I think that's such an American way of, I got to do what makes me happy.
Right.
I love Esther Perel because this is what she talks about, and she's worked all over the world with people.
Yes.
So it's such an American way that, I need to find the man that will make me happy in every aspect of my life. I need to find a job that will make me fulfilled and happy. That's bullshit, and that doesn't happen. Nothing in life, even a partner, is going to make you 100% fulfilled. So it's about the pros and the cons, and weighing out.
So it's very logical. So you look at things, I think, very logically. I'm definitely more than me, but just would you say to look at love and life? I mean, I know you're a life coach as well, right? So would you say to look at everything in a logical, not going by emotion? Because if, say, my job makes me feel like I want to kill myself, right? Like every day. Not saying
that's not good.
I'm just saying, like, just for someone. Okay. So say, like, I mean, the logical thing though is like, who cares about how I feel about it? It's bringing me in an income. I could save for my retirement, like stuff like that. Like, do you think that way? Or do you think, I need to be in a high vibration, and this is not making me at a high vibration? But then sometimes I think, oh, maybe it's my job to put myself in a high vibration, not this job.
Exactly. Well, it's a combination of things, right? Because you need your job for stability and income. And we're not just talking about you, talking about everyone, right?
Everyone, yeah.
But could you stay in that job and do other things that bring you more happiness in a different area, right? So it's the same with the relationship. This is why people back in the day and all over the world talk about having a village, right? Because you cannot expect everything from one person. You can't expect to be fulfilled by a job, to be happy, to have great coworkers, to have great income. So at some point, you have to realize what's more important. Now, of course, if you write everything down and your cons list is like, double the size than your pros list for a job, for a man, for whatever it is, then it's time to make some decisions. I mean, I have clients who I have literally told, quit your job and move to Europe. Because all you do is travel, you take time off, you're the happiest when you're in Europe, you love the men in Europe, you love people in Europe, you love walking in places. Quit your job and move there. And you have
that's so risky though. Don't you think that's really risky?
But if nothing is holding you back, right? Let's look at it this way. If you don't have kids, if your family is all over the world, if there's nothing holding you back, if you don't take that risk, you're going to regret it for the rest of your life. Or just take a month. If you can work from home, right? We're still in COVID era. A lot of people are working from home. Why not stay with a job, move to wherever you think you'll be happy, and try it out. Just try it for a short period of time.
Because there are really no mistakes, right? Like there's just lessons.
No, exactly. No matter what, you're gonna learn something. You're gonna learn whether that was good for you or bad for you, right? I mean, we just did that with kids. You know, when COVID started, we actually thought we hate Orange County, which I still hate Orange County, but we moved to Central California thinking that we were gonna like it. We stayed in a place for a month, hated it, came back, and we're gonna try again. And it's what you do. This is what life is about, right? It's like that saying, which is kind of dumb, but you know, you're not a tree. Move. If you don't like where you are, move. So whether it's physically moving or emotionally changing your pattern, the way you do things, what you do, what you don't do, you have to figure out what it is, though. And the only way you'll figure it out is when you breathe, write out a list, literally writing things down. This is what I like about my job. This is what I hate about my job. This person makes me happy in this way. This person makes me unhappy by doing this.
Yeah,
you know?
yeah. Well, the thing is, though, with I'm with this guy Andy, you know, and he makes me happy. Like at our Christmas party, I was so happy to be there with him. I was so proud to be there with him. But then, you know, today I find out his ex-boyfriend moved back in with him, and now I like hate him. So, you know, there's like so many pros and cons that are so extreme. And he really does make me happy sometimes. He bought me like a gift, and it was a beautiful dog.
It's not enough. It's
Yeah,
not
it's
enough.
not. Okay,
It's not
okay.
enough. You are, I mean, and I hate to say this, you're wasting your best years. And I think you're smart, you're intelligent, you're gorgeous. You've got so much to offer. And I understand what you're saying about the positives, but is that enough? Look at your daily routine, right? Let's take a whole week, for example.
Okay.
What percentage of that time are you happy in that relationship? Meaning, you know where he is, you trust him, even if you don't know where he is, you know how you feel about him, you have no doubts. Or how many times, or what percentage of, does it outweigh the good, outweigh the bad outweigh the good? You know, it's at some point you'll hit rock bottom like addicts do, right? And I'm not even sure that he's clean. And
Well, rock
sober.
bottom is all the time. We're going to call our Kermit and Friends. How can I help you?
Hi, this is Mario. I had a question about relationship advice.
Okay.
So what does it mean when a girl gets a restraining order on you and changes her phone number? Does that mean that she just loves you more and wants you to try harder? Or
no?
I just want to know what I'm doing wrong.
Oh,
No.
wow. That's
You
an extreme
say well.
circumstance. Thank you, Mario. Thank you. She's going to answer your question. Okay, that was Mario. So what does that mean? Is that playing hard to get? Like, should people play hard to get? That's another thing that's so exhausting that I've watched so many YouTube videos about this. You know, do you play hard to get? Guys respond to coldness. Did you know that, Julia?
No, I mean,
they don't.
No, and this is where I've had so many arguments with coaches, with other matchmakers, with other whatever, you know, relationship people. No, in his case, stay away, please. Sir, she got a restraining order. Nobody goes out of their way to get a restraining order just to play hard to get. That is not easy to do, to fill out all the paperwork, to file, to you know, maybe have an attorney. Well, please stay away. So that's not playing hard to get. That's just meaning you did something, you crossed the line. So
Yeah, he did something wrong.
Right. In general, no playing hard to get. There's no games.
Really?
Games. No. I mean, there's something to say about, you know, whatever that saying is, the heart grows fonder when you're not together. When
Distance makes the heart grow fonder.
Right. And when we want people that we can't have, yes.
But that's true. Everybody that has ever wanted me, Julia, has been people I did not like. Kermit and Friends, how can I help you?
Hi, this is Mario again.
Oh.
I just had another question. So, like, if a girl says, if you ever show up to my work again uninvited, I'm going to call the cops. Does that mean she does like you, or she's thinking about maybe having a relationship with you and you just need to show up at her home or other places? I'll take my question off there. Thank you.
Okay.
I'm pretty sure at this point that's got to be a joke, because
I hope so.
I really hope people understand that can't be real. That's just
don't do that. Don't do that. But the hard to get thing, Yeah. So the people that have been the most in love with me
Mhm.
and the most consistent over the years are people I have no interest in. Explain that.
That's always the case. That's always the case. We want what we can't have. And it goes both ways. And that's terrible.
It's
It shouldn't be
horrible.
this way. It's horrible. And
Yeah.
there's plenty of people that do not play games, that will tell you how they feel, that you will always know where you stand with them. And I think that's the big reason why people do come to a matchmaker, is because with working with us, you will always know where you stand. So I'm not, saying that everyone should come to a matchmaker. It's not cheap. It's an investment. Obviously, it's a big process, but that's why the next day I'm getting feedback from both of them, because nobody should be waiting for that. There's no, I got to wait 3 days to call her. No, that's bullshit. Maybe that was like the
Really?
90s rule. No. If you're interested, you're going to be calling that same night saying, hey, did you get home all right? I would love to see you again. In fact, I tell all my clients on the first date, if you want to see them again, as you're walking her to her car and you give her a hug, ask to see her again right then and there. You don't have to tell her the specific date, but ask to see her again, so she knows that there's a future and that you're interested. Same for a woman. Don't wait for the man to do it. We're all
Really?
independent feminists now, right? You want to see the man? Reach out, approach him, tell him you had a good time and you want to see him again. Enough of this waiting for the man. Let the man come to you. That's bullshit.
So I have a couple of questions about some celebrities in the news right now. Jennifer Garner was married to Ben Affleck. Ben Affleck said that he was drunk. He was a drunk and an alcoholic because of her. He's blaming her. And he's with J-Lo.
The whole thing. Did he really say that it was because of her?
Yeah, so he was blaming his alcoholism on being married to Jennifer Garner. He's with Jennifer Lopez right now. Is this a man that people should avoid altogether?
Well, I have a feeling, and I've had this feeling for a long time, that they're good for each other. Jennifer and Ben. I think they're
Jennifer
really
Lopez and Ben?
Yes, because
Why?
she has, and she's talked about this, so it's public knowledge. She's addicted to love. She needs to be with someone. She doesn't like being alone. She jumps from one relationship to another. He also has obviously an addiction problem. He's got substance issues. He clearly needs something too. I think they're good together because they kind of like balance each other out. I'm not saying it's a very healthy relationship, but if anyone should be together, I think it's them two. What he said, if that is what he meant, if that's really exactly what he said, I think that's horrible, because nobody can make you an addict, right? As we all know.
Right.
Nobody can make you get clean. Nobody can make you drink. It's whatever's going on internal inside of you that you've never dealt with, right? I mean, I was drinking on Monday night and my kids like, "What, are you an alcoholic now?" No, I'm just, I just had a half a glass of wine. But I'm not saying my kids are making me drink, although I've said that. But it's not true, right? So for him to say that is obviously he's dodging responsibility. He wants to blame someone else on his problems. And that's what addicts do. That's what people that are unstable, that have issues to work on. So I think it's bullshit and it's very hurtful. And I'm glad that Jennifer Garner is no longer with him, because she's smart. She took off. She's like, I don't need this. Clearly he's got a problem.
Yeah. And then that Pete Davidson guy that everybody likes. What do you think it is about him? Is he one of those people at the party that needs all the attention that we should be avoiding?
Well, I don't think he's like that. I don't, obviously, I only know what I've seen out there in the media, right? I think he's pretty introverted. So I'm not sure that he is the loudest at the party. I don't think he needs attention. He's funny. And let's face it, we love funny, right? The guy could be ugly as hell, or a woman, but if they're funny and they're confident and they make you laugh, a sense of humor is more important than anything else. That is the number one thing that makes people attracted to each other. Making you laugh, making you feel comfortable, humor. So with him, I think it's a sense of humor. I think it's the fact that he can make a quick joke and make you laugh.
That's the best. That's the best. But the problem is everybody likes that. So if you have someone like that, they're kind of for the world. And I don't like that. Like when I'm with Andy and I take him somewhere, he belongs to everyone. He doesn't just belong to me. So how do you navigate a situation like that when you're with someone and everyone feels like they're with that person and everyone loves that person, everybody wants to be around them? Is there any way that you could be happy with someone like that?
No, because number one, people don't change, right? It's like telling someone to, cut off their arm. It's part of them. It's who they are. They want to make people laugh.
Right.
I want to make people happy. I want to make people
too.
laugh. This is a normal thing, right?
Yeah.
You have to find someone who's comfortable with that. And if they're not, then you're not right for each other. I couldn't be with someone who despises the limelight, and my husband was in the entertainment industry for many years making special effects and films, and he can't stand that life. He doesn't want to be in the limelight. If we've ever gone somewhere, he pushes me in front and center, and I'm just happy as can be because I love talking to people. I love getting to know people. I love learning about people. He couldn't care less. He doesn't ever want to be on camera. He doesn't want to be take pictures, none of that. That's the only way it will work. You can't have two people fighting for that attention. Just like if you're not comfortable with your partner being that way, that's not the right partner for you.
Yeah.
And I do feel that there's another part of it, which might sound very old-fashioned, controversial, which, I've gotten a lot of hate mail for saying this, but there's something about if you're in a straight heterosexual relationship and you're the woman, you want to feel like all eyes are on you. You want to feel protected. You want to be loved. You want to feel desired, wanted. And your man should allow that if he's comfortable with who he is, right? If he's comfortable with what he has to offer, he will kind of like deliver you on a pedestal and just let people adore you and love you. And then he'll be very happy to just take you home to himself. And I've said that before, and people don't like that because we're all equal and men and women are all, we're all feminists and independent. That's fine. But in a heterosexual relationship, the woman still wants to feel the desired one. You don't want to see your man out there being, a clown to the world, like my grandma used to say. You don't want to date a clown. You don't want to be dating someone who is out there, performing tricks for everybody. If anything, that should be the woman, if that's what she wants. But I can see how it's not gender, people get mad when I say that. But as a woman, you do want that attention on you and not on your man.
Yeah, that's so tough. It's so tough when the man gets more attention than me. I really hate that, but I always go after someone who has more attention than me.
Then let's change that. Let's change it. Let's go for the other kind of people, men that will be comfortable sitting in the corner, letting you do your shtick.
So who would that be though? What kind of person is that? Like, where do you even, I'd have to go under a rock to find that person. Where are they?
No, we got to just put you out there. And I would love to find you someone like that. There's so many men out there like that would be so happy holding your purse, sitting in the corner, waiting for you to do your little bit, your whatever it is out there, going to a party, and then just be there for you. And that's it. No, not a boring person, Kelly. No. Easygoing person, someone who is comfortable with who he is. It does not mean boring. That's definitely far from it.
I've never tried to go out with someone that you're describing. Never tried that. But it is an interesting concept. And I never thought of it as negative until today. The type of guy that I like is the star and is, really a shining light and that everybody loves. That's usually who I like. But maybe that has been wrong. So maybe I should change that. It's going to be hard, but I'm going to have your help. So if people want your help, Julia, how do they find you? Where do they go?
Everything's on the website, matchbyjulia.com. You can find me on Instagram, Julia Bendis, Facebook, Twitter. I'm everywhere. Unfortunately, I really hate social media. But my website, probably the best way to find me, matchbyjulia.com. You can email, send a message. But if you truly ready for this process, then fill out the form online, set up a consultation, we'll meet. If you're not in Southern California, we'll do it virtually. The bottom line is people think that they're just gonna reach out to me and it's gonna be like an overnight thing. And I get these messages on Facebook and Instagram all the time. I want to find a partner. Help me. I'm 35 years old. Okay, let's go. No, that's not how it works. You got to do a little bit of work. We need to talk. You need to fill out a form. You got to put some effort into it, right? I need to know you invested in this process. So, and for you, yes, I mean, I'm ready to go. You know, I want to find you someone yesterday. So the right
All
person.
right. All right. What a fantastic guest. And also, I just want to thank my friend Tammy for hooking me up with Julia here.
Oh, yes. We have to thank Tammy. Oh, my God.
Yes.
I'm so sorry. Tammy, yeah, she's great. She's awesome.
Yeah, she's so fantastic. Everybody obviously follow Julia, matchbyjulia.com. And let's see what she can do. I mean, I'm very excited. I'm going to fill out the form after the show. Did you have fun on Kermit and Friends, Julia?
Oh, this is awesome. And everyone's so great. And, you know, I hope people understand that you don't have to always take the full advice. Just take a little bit of it, you know. And when I'm talking about the introvert versus the outgoing person, the extrovert, I'm talking about in a relationship, right? It's always fun to have those friends, right? But do you really want to have a relationship with those friends who are life of the party? It's not, I've never seen it work. It's hard. It's hard to share your partner with everyone else, right?
It's actually the worst. And I never thought that anybody else thought it was bad because everybody's like, oh, you're dating that guy. How cool. You know, but it's really not cool.
Exciting.
Yeah, it's fun and exciting.
The outside. Yeah. But when you're in that relationship, you feel neglected and you feel lonely and you feel you're missing that. How come you can do all this for other people? Why aren't you happy just making me laugh in the bedroom? You know, when we're alone by ourselves, why do we have to be out all the time? Why do we have to be, you know, entertaining the world? And when I'm sitting,
why do you need 20 groupies living with you? That's what Andy has going on. He has 20 groupies living with him at all times, and I'm again, like, they're against me, I'm against them. It's a constant push pull, and that's just not. It's not good.
You don't need that. You don't need that. You have so much to offer, and you're amazing. And you know, he doesn't see, I don't think he's in a good mental space, and I don't know him. Obviously, I was hoping to talk to him, but he's not in the right space to be in a relationship.
He's not reliable for anything. He's not reliable for parties. And he was supposed to move in a week ago. He's still not here. It's been horrible. And I feel like I finally, like, you have said things to me today that I did not know. It never occurred to me that you go for the quiet guy. That never crossed my mind, ever.
Right. Honestly, I really attribute a lot of this to the work that I've been doing over the years with, you know, how many people, hundreds and hundreds, probably thousands of people that I have worked with. And you see a pattern. You really see a pattern. You know, I've had those guys that come to me, the life of the party. I have such a, you know, this turn off when they come to me. I'm like, can you just focus on something for 1 second? Can you not worry about what's going on around us? Because especially when we meet in public, and I always like to meet people in public just so I can see how they are.
Yeah.
You know, being out in the real world. And it's always frustrating to me too, because if they can't sit and focus on what we're talking about for an hour, how are you going to be in a date? You know, so it's something to think about for sure.
Yeah, I'm going to be thinking about it. Again, Julia, thank you so much. Wow, what a revelation. I've been doing it wrong the whole time. What a shock. Everybody enjoy our musical guest, Wappy.
West Coast vibes, people chilling, getting high. Venice Beach. Spotify, Pandora Music, Amazon Music, all the music stores online, the 21st.
All right, so we're gonna have a wrap-up show after this show. I'm not sure exactly what's gonna be happening there, but I hope that people talk about Julia and how great she was. Oh my gosh, Julia taught me things that I did not know. I think we all need Julia's help here very desperately, especially me. I didn't even realize what I was doing wrong. I mean, I was doing stuff wrong my whole life, turns out.
Yeah.
I've always been, who doesn't like the popular guy? Who says, oh, I want the nerd? Nobody says that.
Look, I've been interviewing first dudes for a long time, and I wanted a man's man, a guy that could work a room, that was funny and got along with everybody, and you could kick him up on a stage and he could give a speech about anything. And I thought I had hit the jackpot with my husband. He was so amazing, but he was always angry with me anytime a man looked at me. My looks were a huge issue. He was jealous the whole time.
Wow.
And I need a man, like she explained, that will put a woman on display and stand by and let her do her thing, and he will be proud of her. Like, does she have a list of those available? Can we just talk?
We're gonna find them, Sharmon, we're gonna find them. Okay, we're gonna find everything. Everybody reach out to Julia Bendis. We all need her extremely desperately, but I think instead of going for the big winner, we should go for the mild loser and somebody quiet, somebody with a bad personality, somebody that's not that smart, just a mediocre guy. How hard can that be?
I mean, they have to be out there. They have to be quiet, and she clearly knows how to find them. So I'm going to have a conversation with her for sure.
Okay, so everybody invite Julia into our Discord server. And on our wrap-up shows, I'm going to reach out to her after this, okay? I'm reaching out to her after this, and I'm going to invite her to everything and see if she wants to be involved because we need her. She taught us things today that I did not know. I've spoken with so many people about this topic. It's actually my favorite topic. And she said everything opposite from what I learned. I learned to play hard to get, to be cold, never call the person, never text the person, never reach out. That's what I thought were the rules, but I had it all backwards, and I was completely wrong. So, surprise, I was wrong again. Oh, by the way, don't date anybody famous or anybody funny or anybody that people like. Date everybody that people hate and completely ignore. So what's going to be on the wrap-up show? Wheezy.
Well, we're going to have to definitely talk about all of this. And then I think that we should talk about this whole Adam and Andy situation. I'm upset about that.
Happy. I'm not happy about it. Andy didn't show up today.
I know.
It was just actually the perfect day for him not to show up because she said to not be with people that are the star. Do not do that. And in fact, Wendy, I hope you heard that because you said that your crush is Howard Stern. I mean, you could not get a bigger star than that. We got to look for the more regular guys, Wendy. We got to look for the quiet guy, the guy that's not the center of attention, because those guys that are center of attention, they're not going to put us on the pedestal that we deserve to be on, Wendy. So don't you want to be put on a pedestal?
Hey, Alicia, I'm trying to look for good guys, but the only guys I could come up with are the famous guys.
I know. Same here. Absolutely. Okay, so Julia, the matchmaker, is asking me how to get into the wrap-up show. So what I'm going to do right now is I'm going to put a link to our Discord server in the chat. Let's see if I can do that. I'm not really good at this. Okay. Link to the Discord server.
Hey, Alicia, I hope you like my remix that I did. I sent it to your phone.
You what did you make?
I made a remix. It's about Choo Choo Chugga Poonie Tang.
Is that a song that you made?
Yes, I wrote it and I sent the link to your phone.
Okay, I'm gonna look at that. Okay, so you sang a song? I didn't know you sing. Let me look for that.
Yeah, I just wrote this remix. I did it on my own.
All right, here.
You. My name is Poon. I'm a poon handler. I love to ride on a train. Chug-a-lug-a train.
to that later. What inspired you to write that song? It's so beautiful.
Because I'm falling in love with Poon.
You're falling in love with someone named Poon. Are you sure that's a good match for you, Wendy?
Yeah, he's an awesome dude. I love him.
Is he a quiet guy?
Yes, he's a quiet guy. And he loves to just chill and hang out and have a couple of drinks.
All right. He doesn't sound too bad. Well, congratulations to you and Poon. I mean, I don't like the name really, but congratulations. I'm glad you found someone. Listen, it's hard to find someone out there. It's very difficult. So if you want to bring your boyfriend Poon on the wrap-up show with everyone else, I'm sure he'll let you have your pedestal, because that's what Julia said. Us women need to be put on a pedestal. The men cannot be put on a pedestal. I'm sick of my man being on a pedestal and me being down here. I'm sick of that. I don't like that. And it makes a lot of sense what she was saying today. I never really thought of it like that before, but it's true. I always choose somebody where I'm not the center of attention, and I am pretty sure she just said that I deserve to be that.
Hey, Alicia, don't mind what people say about you or make fun of you. You're still an awesome girl. I love what you still do, girl. Just hang in there. If people don't like what you do, tell them to fuck off, or tell them to get lost, or forget about it.
Okay, that is excellent advice. You should be a life coach too, Wendy. I'm so proud of you. I'm proud of what you're doing, and I'm proud that you met someone that's right for you. So thank you so much for being part of Kermit and Friends. I want to thank everybody for being part of the show today. It was so special. I hope everybody learned from Julia. Date a loser. Don't date the star of the party. Don't date the center of attention, the famous comedian. Don't even bother. Date the quiet guy that doesn't say anything, that sits in the corner. Best advice I've ever heard. Everybody enjoy Wappy. We'll see you on the wrap-up show, and we'll be back on Kermit and Friends next Sunday.
I really got a feeling. I really got a feeling. I'ma pull the fuck up on ya. I really got a feeling. I'ma set a fire on ya. It's just a matter of time now. Just a can of gas and I'll be burning your ass now. Pop the trunk, load the guns, on the road to the burning sun. Cracking skulls, spilling blood, on the road to the burning sun. Pop the trunk, load the guns, on the road to the burning sun. Cracking skulls, spilling blood, on the road to the burning sun. Shots on ya. I really got a feeling. I have to bust a whole clip on ya. It's just a matter of time now. Just a couple more rounds and I'll be taking your life now. Pop the trunk, load the guns, on the road to the burning sun. Cracking skulls, spilling blood, on the road to the burning sun. Pop the trunk, load the guns, on the road to the burning sun. Cracking skulls, spilling blood, on the road to the burning sun. Thank you so much, everyone. We'll see you next week.